facing a food pricing problem in 2022 that's creating havoc around the world. Well, if we don't get on top of this thing quickly, and I don't mean next year, I mean this year, you will have a food availability problem in 2023, and that's going to be hell on earth. We're looking at an $11 billion shortfall of food production inside Africa alone. Now, I could go to Central America, South America, same issues on droughts. India, devastated by heat and drought, and it could go on and on. We were able to avert famine in the last couple of years as I went to the leaders of the world, said if you don't respond, you will have catastrophe on catastrophe, is particularly in the height of...
Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man. This is a stay strong message. This is a stay strong message. As you can see from the clip that I played earlier, there's talk around the world globally of a food shortage, particular in those third world countries like they mentioned. It's going to be easier for them to get on board or whatever, whatever agenda they push out, because they could just starve them out. Whereas over here in the Western Hemisphere, they're going to have to do a little bit better than that. Because a lot of the people over here, they can, to a certain extent, form for themselves. So they're going to have to probably do something such as like a energy crisis or something like that. And, you just got to be prepared for whatever they bring forth for you. And the only way you're going to be able to be prepared is knowing. And the only way you're going to be able to know is keeping in this truth and keeping up what's going on. So this is out of the book of St. Matthew, the 24th chapter, and we're going to start down at verse 7. And it reads, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there should be famines, and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places." And you seeing that start to become more regular day in and day out in these last days. You see the little squabble they having over there in Russia and Ukraine. You seeing all these, earthquakes and hurricanes and just, strange weather and pestilence. You seeing all these diseases starting to plague these different countries. And, it may be by design or it may be just happening on its own, but it's fulfilling prophecy. So, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come. Right. And that end is the end of this so-called white man's kingdom, man. Because it's pretty much out the door, on his way out the door right now, man. He's getting exposed for who he is. The son of perdition, pursuant to 2 Thessalonians. So he's getting called out right now. And you see his best tactic or strategy is to put fear on you. And that's how he basically rules, through fear. He makes you think that there's food shortages coming when he can have food, stored up for months on end, just for you to go out and buy more food so he can, you know, uh, can control the flow of revenue. You know, through the media, they can dictate how, much fear to put into people to get them to spend, their money, man. This is how they can devalue the dollar at any given point in time, because they can just get their watchdogs and put out in the media of a catastrophic event to take place. Meanwhile, there's nothing really going on behind closed doors, man. They just need your fear to, push their machine, this beast system. And eventually, they're going to get rid of cash altogether, man. They already looking to roll out that, that new CBDC next year, sometime in the, early summer, I don't want to say late fall, but somewhere between May and July, they're looking to roll out that CBDC and see how that's going to work out over here in the Americas. So they got something planned specifically for that part of the world and that region, whether it's third world countries where it's going to be a little bit more easier to fit, have them more fearful of not being able to eat, or somewhere over here like in America where you could take away the convenience for Americans and they gonna go berserk, man, and they can easily push that mark for you to be able to get back on board with the system. So they got a way to specifically design a what's the word? To design a, what is it? Tragedy for whatever part of the world they need, because not all tragedies are going to work for all scenarios. You can't use a stage event here like you can over there in like a third world country, because it ain't gonna work. But ultimately, it's gonna be on the same level, because you're gonna have to be able to roll out the same result over there and over here, and that's to get that mark, so you can all be on one accord. So let's read this again to see exactly what it's saying. Let's break it down a little bit into finer details. So it says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Right. So you knowing about the truth and pushing the truth is in opposition of their agenda, and they're gonna basically, put you out in public under a bad light to make it more easier for them to, do whatever they feel necessary to, to get rid of the opposition. And if that's taking you out under certain pretense, then that's just by all means what they're going to do. But it says, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise and deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So, man, it's going to get real hectic out there where your loved ones and people who you thought were close, the love that y'all had between each other, man, it's gonna be a dog eat dog world out there, man. And especially if you in the truth and you coming against them and making it hard for them, and they not in the truth and they don't believe the same things you believe, it ain't gonna be nothing for them to turn you in or to turn their back on you to keep up and they keep their style of living, man. Keep their convenience and whatever. So it says, but he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. So if you make it through the end, through all these trials and tribulations, then shall salvation be brought upon you. And it goes on to read 14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Right. And like I read earlier, the end is the end of this kingdom, man. This so-called white man's kingdom, man. It's already pretty much out the door, 1 foot out right now. Only a couple of more prophecies need to pop off, and then bam, he done for, man. So like I was telling you earlier, one of his biggest, ways to get things done is to produce fear into people's heart, man. And it tells you that in 2 Timothy. Let's just go ahead and go over there and get that. 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. And it reads, for the Most High have not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So when you come into this truth, man, you have a sound mind. You're not afraid of what's going on or what this man telling you and how he's putting it out through the media that, we got a food shortage that's coming in 2023. Gas prices are at an all-time high. It's an energy crisis, this and that. None of that matters, man, when you got a sound mind, because you already know the end. You already know the end results, man. That this man is just trying to prolong his, his place in rulership, and that's all. And that's all he's doing through this fear. He's getting people to follow, to follow along his agenda. Buy low, sell high. That's exactly how he gets you through fear. He dictates when you buy, when you sell. That's how he keeps his kingdom afloat, man, through fear. So when you have nothing to fear, you don't care about what this man say. You live your life through the word. Fear is the least of your concerns, man. Fear the Most High. That's how you get a good understanding of what's going on and keep his commandments. So what is this 2 Timothy 1:7? Then we're going to go into another precept. For the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Right. And that's exactly what you get when you got this word, man. This word is that yoke that Yahushua spoke of. This yoke is meek, man. It's gonna keep you, keep you in line on that straight, narrow path, man. So you got to just stay in the truth. So this is let's go ahead and get this in Psalms. This is Psalms 108, and we're going to go down to verse 12. And it reads, give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man. And that's how, man look for help through his, through his accomplishments. Oh, we done set up this right here. Y'all can come down and get your help, and whatever else you need, you can come and we can assist you with that. And that's exactly how they gonna sell that mark to you, man. They're gonna say, come on down. Come down to your local, you know, FEMA camp or whatever place they rolling out the mark, get your mark and get your full cart of groceries or something like that, man. Who knows how they gonna push it, man, in different parts of the world. But they gonna sell it, and that's all they need to do to fulfill prophecy, man. Is to push that mark. So vain is the help of man. Right, because it tells you in Isaiah the 31st chapter that what? Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. Right, so you looking for vain help in a man who can't do nothing for you. You know, once all hell hit the fan, man, ain't nothing that vain help gonna be able to do to get you out of those nuclear missiles coming, man. They can't help you. They can't help you from that. You know, so it's best you get in right with the Most High right now and rehearse these righteous acts so you'll have that hedge once all hell breaks out, man. You know? So this is Isaiah 66. You know, this is a strict stay strong message. And let's see. Isaiah 66. What am I looking for? Give me 1 second. Here we go. Isaiah 65 and verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Almighty Power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. See? So, you know, serving the Most High Yahweh, you're going to be taken care of, man. You know, you might have to go a little bit without having them, but it ain't going to be to the extent where you're going to perish. You know, you're going to be taken care of. You're going to have food. You're going to have drink. You're going to have shelter. You're going to have all that. You know, you just got to believe and have the faith in his only begotten son, Yahweh shot through this word right here. So when that time presents itself, you be taken care of, you know? So this is this is just a stay strong message, you know, help boost your faith and let you know don't worry about the scare tactics that Edom is pushing through whatever sorcery he gonna use, whether it's the media, whether it's entertainment, whatever it be. No, it's just a scare tactic. He has no true power. Only if you let him have dominion over you through your non-belief or, you know, not having faith in the truth. He got you. And that's what we're gonna talk about in 1 Peter when we close it out. 5th chapter, the 8th verse. You know, so let's just go ahead and go over there right now. 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And that's the best way to devour somebody when they in shock and they scared and they can't move. That's an easy prey. That's a non-operative prey. It doesn't move. It doesn't do nothing. It just sits there. Sometimes you be just in awe because this is just an easy target. So he looking for those type of prey, man. Ones that believe everything he say. So when that moment come, it's easy for him to roll out whatever he want to roll out, and you to come down willingly and offer up yourself as a sacrifice to him, as an easy target, as an easy prey. So this the times we coming in. We coming in this man's last rulership. So he coming out with everything. And like I said in one of my videos earlier, in the beginning, he was that serpent, that subtle serpent. But now that he's being revealed, he's showing more of his dragon state. And he's going to come out as that dragon spoken of in Revelation. And he's going to come out with these draconian laws, man. Where either you got to get down with the beast system, or you got to have another, means of operating. And the only mean of operating you need to have and to worry about is this truth right here. Because it's going to set you up for the kingdom. So you got to stay in good cheer and good faith, and you got to be prepared and to know what's coming on, and be, fully prepared. Let's go to St. Matthew one more time, because it tells you down in verse, let's go to 42. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would have not suffered his house to be broken up. Right, so you got to be prepared. You got to know about this thief, man. This man is coming and he's looking to take any and everything that you leave behind. If you're not watching and you're not prepared, he's coming to get everything. But it goes on to say, 44, therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh, who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord have made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season. Blessed is that servant, whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. But if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of the teeth. Right. So if you get caught out there, you done made it all the way up until that certain point, and now you thinking, man, I don't see no outcome. I don't see how we're gonna get out of this situation, man. Let's just go on down and go ahead and, let's just basically just fold and go ahead and get that mark, man. Because it's been a while. I done lost my, my convenience, my comfortability. It's easier for us just to come into acquiesce and get aboard and get on board with this beast system, man. Let's get that mark. And as soon as you go ahead and fold and go ahead and get that mark, next thing you know, judgment is coming, man. And now you getting cut in asunder, along with the other hypocrites. And there should be weeping and gnashing of the teeth. Right. So, you got to be prepared, man. You never know. Like it tells you, But if that good man of the house had known and what watched the thief would come, he would have watched and would have not suffered his house to be broken up. So you always got to be watch, man. You always got to be on watch, because you never know, you know, when is that thief gonna come? You know. So back to 1 Peter 5:8, and we're gonna close out after that. 1 Peter 5 and verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And if you're not watching and looking out and being ready, he will come and without any remorse devour everything you have, and including you. And you're going to lose it all because you had no faith and you lost your faith. And through his media and his fear and his scare tactics, he made you doubt all of that you had believed in. And now judgment's coming and you've been cut in asunder. So, you know, with that being said, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom.